hate me, don't you?
Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
You hate me, don't you?
Cody Rhodes had definitely got his get back at WrestleMania, you know what I mean? So Tyreek Hill, you know what I mean, was in a little bit of a dispute with his wife, and I guess his mother-in-law had access to see any type of notes, the memoirs, and the draft, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to keep it YouTube friendly, you feel me? But you get the gist of what. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? That this Kons podcast. It is April 22nd, 12:34 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? April 22nd. You feel me? On a fine Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Going on. What's happening? What's happening? Hope y'all had a good weekend. You know what I mean? Hope y'all had a good weekend. You know what I'm saying? Didn't hear nothing from me yesterday. Shit, it was just a lot converting back to reality from 420. You know what I mean? So, and plus I had a whole bunch of other shit to do yesterday. My son had his little culinary class, so I tried to go to that. They wouldn't allow the parents to stay, so you know what I mean? That was a waste of time, waste of gas, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just a lot of different appointments and shit like that after 420, you feel me? So I just took the day off, you know what I'm saying? But I'm back here with another one on this fine Tuesday, you feel me? Hope y'all had a good weekend. Hope y'all all had a good 420, you know what I'm saying? Hope y'all smoked up. Hope y'all pulled up, you feel me? Yeah, hope y'all got fucked up, but not too fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, you know what I mean? Hope y'all definitely enjoyed that, you know what I'm saying? Hope y'all enjoyed the episode from Friday, you feel me? The episode from Friday when we touched on the episode from Friday. What we touched on the school shooting that went on. You know what I'm saying? I touched on the school shooting that went on in Texas, and another one that happened in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Touched on them too. That's pretty much all I wanted to touch on that Friday. Didn't want to keep y'all too long, you know what I'm saying? But definitely wanted to touch on those two school shootings, the one at Florida State University and the one at the high school out in Texas. So that was Friday's episode. Hope y'all enjoyed that. That was episode 230. So today's episode 231. You feel me? Episode 231. So today we just gonna be going over, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember back on one of these podcasts a couple weeks ago, a week ago, you know what I'm saying, when Travis Scott went to WWE and Cody Rhodes said he gonna get his motherfucking revenge. So we gonna touch on that. Cody Rhodes definitely got his revenge on Travis Scott. We gonna touch on that. Miami NFL star wide receiver Tyreek Hill has been in some domestic drama. Apparently that's happened earlier in this month. You know what I mean? And got a Diddy case update. Got an update on that Diddy case. Then I'm gonna touch on Kanye's new song that he dropped. Coming out with admitting some crazy shit on there that a lot of people was talking about. But that's what we're gonna touch on today. That's all the topics we're gonna touch on today. Quick little, 4 topics, you feel me, as like we do. So if you just now subscribe, this is what we do here on this channel. You feel me? This is what we go over updates, news, headlines, shit that's made a headline, viral updates and viral headlines. Whatever that has made the headline, you can Google or wherever you turned on your social media, your YouTube, and you see some shit going across people talk about, I'm probably touching on it right here on this podcast as well. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we do all the news and updates and daily updates and, you know what I'm saying, headlines and local news, worldly news, touch on the wars and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Touch on everything right here on this podcast. You feel me? But yeah, though, episode 231. You feel me? So the first topic I got for today, you know what I'm saying, is Cody Rhodes. You feel me? Now y'all remember back when I touched on this shit a couple of episodes back when Travis Scott had cocked back from Oklahoma and slapped the dog shit out of Oklahoma, out of Cody Rhodes when he was on the ground, ruptured his eardrum, gave him a black eye and all that shit. And Cody Rhodes told that nigga, you feel me, what they call receipts, you feel me? So he said there's gonna be a match where I'm gonna get my receipt, you feel me? So that's pretty much like saying he gonna get his get get back. You feel me? And apparently at WrestleMania, this was at recently. I don't, like I said before, when I covered this shit before, I don't watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch such grown men, you know what I mean, oiling up and wrestling each other. You feel me? I just don't, you know. I see the entertainment purpose though. You know what I'm saying? I see how people enjoy it and watch it, but I myself, it's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me. I'm not entertained by, you know what I'm saying, the choreography and what they be doing and all that, you feel me? But now, no knock to those who watch it, you know what I'm saying? It just ain't for me, feel me? So Cody Rhodes had definitely got his get back at WrestleMania, you know what I mean? Apparently this has just happened, you know what I'm saying? So Cody Rhodes, they was on there and Cody Rhodes had dragged Travis Scott, told him to come in the ring. Travis Scott came in the ring and then he goes to try to hit Cody Rhodes and then he blocks it. And Cody Rhodes puts him in his signature move, I believe it's called the Crossroads, you know what I'm saying? So we put him in the signature move, dipped him on the mat and flattened him, and then went on ahead and rolled him and kicked him right on out the ring. Now when he was wrestling and went to pin somebody, Travis Scott had went on and then pulled the ref out the ring, so interrupted him doing the 3 count as he was trying to pin somebody else in the ring, you know what I mean? And I believe John Cena went on to win that total match, you know what I'm saying? So this next clip that you're about to see is the clip of Cody Rhodes putting Travis Scott in his signature move and then rolling him and kicking him out the ring. This is Cody Rhodes' get back from when Travis Scott slapped the dog shit out of him when he was on the ground and ruptured his eardrum. So this is Cody Rhodes' get back. Check it out.
And John Cena all smiles for the arrival of Travis Scott.
Let me help you up here, friend, says John Cena to Travis Scott. Travis Scott on the apron, calling the shots.
A dangerous situation here. Cody Rhodes though fighting back. Cody now went up for Scott, who dropped to the floor. And now Cody Rhodes goes back to Cena. Cody Rhodes looking for a crossroads on John Cena. Crossroads on Cena. Here's the cover. And Travis Scott just pulled the official out of the ring. Patton is out again. Well, referee Chad Patton couldn't make any sort of call because apparently he was knocked out when he hit the floor.
Cody's inviting Travis Scott into the ring.
Cody owes Travis Scott a major receipt.
Travis Scott is actually going to walk in the ring on Cody Rhodes.
Knock his teeth out, Cody.
You got to be kidding me. Oh no! Cody Rhodes isn't going to let that happen again. Rhodes has got him in position. Crossroads! I get those goosebumps every time.
You seen, you know what I'm saying? That was Cody Rhodes getting his get back. As you seen Travis Scott pull the ref out the ring and all that. You know what I'm saying? But Cody Rhodes definitely got his get back by putting Travis Scott in his signature move and flattening Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? He rolled that nigga and put his boot on his side and rolled him right on out the ring. You know what I mean? So that was him getting his get back from when he slapped the dog shit out of him. Up next, Tyreek Hill, Miami. Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill was in a bit of some dispute. This happened, I guess, earlier this month. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if the footage is just now being released. I don't know. But I just now had got wind of this, so I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So Tyreek Hill, you know what I mean, was in a little bit of a dispute with his wife and I guess his mother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? They was all in the house and his daughter and his little girl. you know what I mean? So Garrett, apparently some type of domestic shit happened that was funking, that was arguing, you know what I mean? And I guess he became very violent, you know what I mean? Became very violent. This report says that he threw down his daughter's computer, her little tablet, you know what I mean? Threw it down on the ground, and I guess apparently broke the shit, you know what I'm saying? And then he grabbed her and headed towards the balcony. And mind you, they are in a, what they call a Porsche penthouse, you know what I'm saying? A Porsche penthouse. So this is 35 stories up in the air, one of them tall penthouse buildings, you feel me, that these ballers live in, you know what I'm saying? So he was up 35 stories up, and he took the baby and went to, I guess to hold the baby over the balcony, you know what I'm saying? So this is when the mother-in-law had said she had called the police when he had went and did this, you know what I'm saying? So when he took the baby and went towards the balcony, that's when she called the boys, you know what I mean, over a domestic dispute, I guess, that he was having with his wife, which is the daughter. She says she was in fear for the child's life, for her daughter's life, and all kind of shit. So I guess he was wilding out, blacking out, you know what I mean, spazzing the fuck out all the apartment, throwing shit around, you know what I'm saying, and then went to grab the child and headed towards the balcony, you feel me? Now in the clip that you're gonna see, I don't see him hold the baby over the balcony or anything like that. He wasn't doing nothing that Michael Jackson did with his child, you know what I'm saying, that we all seen the classic footage of him actually dangling the baby over the balcony, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see him do nothing like that, but now, you feel me, he definitely came out to the balcony holding the baby. So this next little clip you about to see is the news report and also the clips of somebody that was recording this shit go on. Check it out.
That exclusive video of Tyreek Hill on the balcony of his Sunny Isles condo Monday as police are responding.
Battery to the daughter, the subject is the husband on scene.
The call goes out. Police race to the Porsche Design building in Sunny Isles Beach on Monday.
Subject is Tyreek Hill.
The mother-in-law of Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill calls the cops. The call goes out as an assault in progress.
Subject black male wearing a white tank top.
When police get there, they make contact with Hill, his wife Keita Hill, and their child.
I'm ready for it.
They also speak to Tyreek's mother-in-law, Alicia Vaccaro. Let's get right to the police report. Quote, Vaccaro stated that Tyreek is very aggressive and impulsive, and that he has anger issues, and she is afraid for her daughter, and when she saw Tyreek arguing and throwing her daughter's computer to the floor, and later grabbing her granddaughter and start walking with her in his arms towards the balcony of their 35th floor residence, she called the police.
Get out! Get out!
Remember last September when he was pulled over by Miami-Dade officers outside Hard Rock Stadium on game day? Those traffic citations were eventually dropped. Straight out of the police report, Tyreek's wife tells cops that her arguments with Tyreek are becoming more frequent. When she told him he wasn't involved enough with the baby, she says he grabbed the baby, and she's now in the process of filing for divorce.
As you seen, you know what I'm saying? That was the news report of Tyreek Hill coming to the balcony. You seen him holding the baby on the balcony. You seen the wife come out looking distressed. You know what I'm saying? So the whole situation was caught on camera by some onlooker that was sitting there recording it all. You know what I mean? Police came, and that was the report that I just reported to you, that they reported about Tyreek Hill. I don't think no arrest was made at the time from what the report say. Don't say it was an arrest, but you know, all this comes after, you know what I'm saying, he was, when he got pulled over on his way to the game that one day, you know what I'm saying, that we all seen, he got pulled over on his way on game day. He was on his way to the game, you know what I'm saying. It also was no charges pressed after that situation. He didn't get arrested, and they dropped that case, you feel me? So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna drop this one. I don't know if he fought. I don't know if he went to jail. I don't think he went to jail at all, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think he was arrested either, you feel me, when the cops had showed up. At least that's not what the reports had said, you know what I'm saying. Diddy case. So Diddy had just got granted him access for him to be able to see Cassie's memoirs and diaries. Now, he had wanted to see the diaries and memoirs and bank statements, you know what I'm saying, but the judge definitely denied the bank statements, felt like there was no need for that, wasn't pertaining to anything with the case. There was no need to see Cassie's bank statements, you know what I'm saying, but the judge have definitely granted. Now, Cassie was trying to file a notion to delay this, you know what I'm saying, that Diddy had wanted to see the memoirs memoirs and the rough draft of this book, this tell-all book that she's supposedly written. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy wanted to see copies of that shit before it came out. You feel me? So the judge just granted Diddy the notion to see the memoirs, diaries, and notes, and anything else pertaining to the victim's testimony. He felt that whatever's in this book or whatever is in these diaries or memoirs could contradict Cassie's testimony. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted access to those and just got granted access to those in this case. You feel me? So this next clip that you are about to see is just a video breaking down the situation. Another thing, the other victims in this case is allowed to keep their names anonymous. In this case, the only name that's going to be allowed to use and that's going to still use her name is Cassie Ventura. You know what I'm saying? So the other victims is allowed to use their pseudonyms, their fake names or anonymous names. You know what I'm saying, to the court. You know what I mean? So this next clip you're about to see is just a video breaking it all down and telling you about the situation with this Diddy update in the case. Check it out.
Shocking twist, Diddy's legal team is demanding access to a draft memoir, believed to belong to a former partner, Cassie Ventura. They argue that the draft contains crucial details that could potentially contradict the alleged victim's current testimony. Diddy's defense claims this draft is key to impeaching the allegations in his upcoming sex trafficking trial. The stakes are high as the trial date approaches, and both sides are preparing for a heated courtroom battle. A federal judge has ordered Cassie Ventura to submit her memoir drafts to Diddy's legal team. However, the judge denied requests for her financial documents, calling them a fishing expedition. This marks a significant development in the legal proceedings. In a controversial decision, some alleged victims will be permitted to testify anonymously. While Diddy's team objects, this development aims to protect victims and could shape the trial's outcome.
You feel me? That was just a clip breaking it all down for you, telling you about the notions of what's got granted and whatnot in that case. You know what I'm saying? And how the victims are going to be able to remain anonymous, and Cassie is going to be the only one still using her name. And like I said, he wanted to see bank statements and shit like that, but the judge definitely denied that. There was no need for any kind of bank statements to be presented. Yo, excuse me. Let me interrupt this episode. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't hit that subscribe button, now is your time to do that in the middle of this explosive dope content that I'm bringing you. You know what I'm saying? Now's your time to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button, comment on whatever you like, whatever you want to comment on. Now's your time to go ahead and do that if you ain't done it already. You know what I'm saying? But definitely hit that subscribe button and definitely tell somebody else to hit that subscribe button too. You know what I'm saying? It's Kons Podcast. Let's get back to the episode in court, according to this case. You know what I'm saying? So the judge denied that part of the notion, but definitely granted him access to see any type of notes, the memoirs, and the draft copy of this book that she wrote. She also said that it was also reported that she was blackmailing Diddy, saying that if he wanted to see the rough draft of the book, that he can buy it off her for 30 M's. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's going to fly in court or if that's going to be used against her, because that's definitely a form of blackmail. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's going to fly in court, if that's going to play a factor in court or not. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely got granted the notion to see all the notes and the rough draft of that book and everything. So this is a slight little win for Diddy. That's something that he wanted and got granted. I believe they continued the trial later on in May. So yeah, that's the Cassie and Diddy case. That's the update with that I have just recently found out and was looking up in preparation for this episode. In other news, Kanye. So a lot of people is creating a buzz about this. You know what I'm saying? Kanye had came out and put in a song. He got a song called Cousins. And in this song, he is alleging that he was showing his cousin, he used to show his cousin dirty magazines. You know what I'm saying? The Playboy mags, the porn mags, and shit like that. And he says that they wanted to act out what they were seeing. So he continued to say in this song that he performed fellatio on his cousin from 6 to like 14, you feel me? And then also tweeted it out that this is what he did, you feel me? He said that he went down on his cousin from 6 to 14. He says, my name is Ye, and you feel me, pretty much, he said he went down on his cousin from 6 to 14, you know what I'm saying? But he said it in fancier words, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to keep it YouTube friendly, you feel me? But you get the gist of what the nigga said, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he came out and said that. A lot of people been buzzing and talking about that shit. I think that shit is pretty fucking wild, you know what I mean? I don't know, that's some crazy shit to come out and say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, this shit is crazy, got everybody talking. So yeah, this next little clip you about to see is just a video. This is Angela Yee. This is her speaking on the situation with Kanye and what he recently said in this song. Check it out.
All right, now Kanye West, in the meantime, has posted a new song. And this song is called Cousin. And I want to say, when he posted this, he wrote alongside that he was sexually abused by his cousin until he was 14 years old.
Whoa.
He said his cousin is locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. He said, perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw.
What?
And here is a part of the song where he really addresses that.
Hey, yo.
And he also ended this post with, my name is Ye, and I performed oral on my cousin till I was 14.
Till you were 14.
I said it in the way that you can say it on the radio.
So I guess Kanye was watching More Than the Throne at that time, right?
So yes, he said, and he posted a video, and he posted this full song, and there's a lot going on in this song. So he also, and it's interesting because that is very sad.
No, the interesting thing is
but people don't believe this because of all the things that he's been writing.
True. He says till 14. So from 6 to 14, he was doing this.
And he also says he's not gay. And
I think we need a ruling on that one.
But it does feel like he's been having some type of breakdown, for years now. And yes, so things like this, you can't ever understand how. These are all just allegations right now, so that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah,
but
for 8 years.
You can go on his page and listen to the full song.
Yeah, as you say, that was Angela Yee and her little crew talking all about it. Played the little clip and all that. You know what I'm saying? When I edit this shit, I'm probably gonna let the clip go. I don't know. I might fast forward through it so that they can chipmunk. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I don't know if I'm gonna let it play or not. I guess I'll decide when I edit this shit, but they definitely played a piece of the song in the clip for you know what I mean? So if you don't hear it, that mean I decided to take it on out. You know what I'm saying? But you might hear it chipmunked, like fast forwarded, so that it doesn't sound exactly like Kanye's voice or whatnot, so that you can kind of get the gist of the song and the melody that he's using or whatnot. You know what I mean? You might not be able to hear the words because in the song he's actually singing in a tone that's kind of hard to understand originally. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I might leave it in there. I might not. We'll see how it goes when I get to editing this shit up. You feel me? But yeah, he had recently came out and said that about his cousin. You know what I'm saying? And tweeted it. You feel me? From 6 to 14, he said. You know what I mean? He was performing fellatio on his own cousin after showing him dirty mags, and they wanted to act out what they were seeing in those dirty mags. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's wild as fuck for a nigga like Kanye to come out and say that. You know what I mean? That shit is wild as fuck. You feel me? And apparently this dude is doing life in jail. You know what I'm saying? His cousin, you know what I mean? For allegedly killing a pregnant woman, unaliving a pregnant woman. You know what I mean? So he's doing life in jail for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what Kanye came out. That's what the buzz is about on Kanye's name. That's what everybody talking about. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's about all I got for today. You know what I'm saying? Cody Rhodes definitely got his payback. You feel me? On Travis Scott, like he said he was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? He said he was gonna get his payback. He said he was gonna get that receipt. You feel me? For him slapping the dog shit out of him while he was on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely put him in the signature move and hit him with the crossroads signature move that he got. You know what I'm saying? Tyreek Hill, it's also wild as fuck that he is wilding out like that. You know what I mean? You a football star coming outside all on the balcony and shit. You feel me? Somebody definitely gonna see you. We live in a day and age where everybody got fucking camcorders, recorders in their pockets, right on their phones. You know what I'm saying? So people whip it out and just want to record everything. You feel me? I done seen motherfuckers on Instagram freshly shot. I'm talking about bleeding everything, bullet hole in the middle of their motherfucking head and all that shit. And they first fucking thought is to go live on motherfucking Instagram in the middle of the aftermath. I mean, you just got shot. I've seen videos where a nigga just got shot in the face. The hole was still visible on his motherfucking forehead. Got a bullet hole, blood leaking out. This nigga had blood coming out his eyes and his mouth and his nose and all that. And that's not a good sign. You feel me? That's not a good sign at all to be bleeding that much eternally to where you are bleeding out of your eyes, out of your nose and mouth from a headshot. You feel me? And you are in the car recording yourself on Instagram Live. You know what I'm saying? So we live in a day and age where everybody records everything. So if you wilding out, don't hit the balcony. You know what I'm saying? He came out, hit the balcony, then he hit the balcony with a child, with a whole baby. So somebody is going to definitely place a judgment by recording you and shit, just like the clip that we seen. The Diddy case is updated. You know what I mean? He got granted the notion to see memoirs and shit like that, to see the notes and to see the rough draft of this book that she got coming out, that she claimed that she wrote, tell-all book and all this type of shit. So he got noted to see that before it dropped. And then Kanye West has admitted to going down on his cousin when he was 6 years old until he was 14. He recently came out and said that in a song and named the song Cousins. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's everything we went over today. That was just everything we went over today for episode 231. You know what I'm saying? This has been episode 231. You know what I'm saying? So, like you just heard, you feel me? We went over Cody Rhodes getting his get back. We also touched on Diddy getting granted that notion, able to see the rough draft and the notes and diaries and shit of Cassie Ventura. Then we also touched on Diddy case being updated. Said that. And then Tyreek Hill, you know what I'm saying? We touched on that. Him coming outside with the baby, domestic dispute. Got the mother-in-law calling the police on him. You know what I'm saying? And then Kanye coming out admitting that he was doing wild shit to his cousin at 6 years old. But yeah, this has been episode 231. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all have a good day after this or before this, before you watched, after you watched. I hope your day continues to be good. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know you could have been doing anything you wanted to do in the world, no matter who you are, whether you was a brother or sister, whether you a brother, whether you a cousin, whether you a wife, whether you a husband, whether you a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whether you was an auntie, your uncle, whoever you may be. And if you got pets and they watching it with you, or you got a dog sitting on the couch watching the podcast with you, you got a little cat, you know what I'm saying, sitting on the couch watching it with you, you got a pet pig, whether you got a pet goat, a pet rabbit, whether you got a pet roach, a pet worm, whether you got a pet spider, a pet snake, you know what I'm saying, a pet motherfucking lizard, a bearded dragon, whoever the case may be, you feel me? If y'all got eyes on Kons podcast, I definitely fucks with you. Like you see my nigga scrolling up the screen, little emoji saluting you, you know what I'm saying? But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you shared it, you feel me? Thank you for sharing. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing that. If you hit the like button, thank you for hitting the like button. Keep doing that. If you commented, keep commenting. You know what I mean? Whatever you may have want to say on whatever I was talking about, go ahead and hit that comment button and get to typing your comment out. You feel me? All that shit helps the algorithm, you know what I'm saying, of YouTube, you feel me? But yeah, it's been episode 231, you know what I'm saying, episode 231. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, you know what I'm saying? You hear that beat getting louder in the background. I mean, we have concluded episode 231 of Kons Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Tell somebody about it, you feel me? Share the link in all your little group chats, all your little fucking text groups with your family, you know what I'm saying? Your work text groups, to share it with your motherfucking Facebook, your Snapchats, put it on Messenger, all that shit, Instagram, you know what I mean? Let the world know about Kons Podcast, you feel me? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Enjoy this beat and enjoy these credits.
don't you? You hate me, don't you? Don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Damn, JJ.